Okay, everybody's favorite topic tonight. We are going to talk about recruiting, sponsoring, growing our teams, and it's going to be followed with a challenge. So last month we did a booking blitz and it was super successful. We booked over 40 parties as a group. I want you to know how impressive that is. A lot of it was booked out into the fall. I know a lot of you are still booking and working those parties. So tonight,
You ready?
we are going to give you all the tools to do a join blitz. So we are going to normalize hearing the word no. And that is literally what I am challenging you guys to. I'm going to post all the details of this challenge. I don't know if I'm going to post it tonight or in the morning. I'm not sure. I might post it tonight and be like, please don't message all these people at 10 o'clock at night and ask them to join your team, because that's super rude and you are going to get a no, maybe with some colorful words. So we're not looking to do that. We're not looking to make enemies here, but it will have documents on. We're going to give you verbiage of what to tell people. We're going to give you all the things you need. But we have a $22 join special. If you guys don't know that, like, that's incredible. $22. People spend $22 on the most ridiculous things every day. So this is something that we can really capitalize on. The people that are scared of joining it and don't want to work out as a business, make sure that they know they're going to make 20% back on their purchases. Even if they only buy from you once a year, if they can do $200 within 12 months, that's all it takes to be an active consultant with Scentsy. So just know that. Know that it doesn't take, this doesn't have to be a full-blown business. That's the gist of it. I posted something on the compensation plan today in the team page, so make sure you guys look over that. I think that's another thing that really we need to be familiarized. People are going to ask you questions. This is how we learn. I don't care if you joined yesterday. If a person joins tomorrow, you can start recruiting from day one, hour one. And that is what's really cool too. You can learn this business with someone else. So as you're sponsoring, make sure you're telling your new teamies, like, hey, do you have a friend that you want to do this with? Like, that is a great way to turn one recruit into two, because people like to do things with other people, especially if someone who is more codependent. Think how fun it would be to get your best friend and join Scentsy and have their launch party together and, you know, all these things. Like, there's so many creative ideas out there that people have already done that you can piggyback of and make them your own. A lot of the graphics are out there. Kelly posted so many today. Make sure, even if you're on here right now, you're scrolling on your phone, you're listening to me scrolling, look at those. Like, there's so much information that's on there and things that we can use. We do want to make sure that you are making this as personalized as possible. That's why I challenged you guys earlier this week to post a picture of you with $22. That's all it takes to join Scentsy. Take a $20 and $2 bills, post it in the team, or not on the team page, post it on your Facebook wall, post it in your stories. Don't just post it once and then don't post again for the rest of the month. You're not going to get anybody. It's not going to happen. Be in people's face about it. There's a group by oh, I forget who's doing it. I can share it though, but she's doing a reason every single day this month of why you should join Scentsy in the $22 join special. So literally every single day she's coming up with a different reason of why she does this business. I think yesterday was licensed items. So here she is, she's touching on the products, she's touching on why she loves the business, and she's showing that it's only $22. Keep putting that in people's faces in different ways.
Can I add something to that?
Absolutely.
Sorry. When you said making it personable, I was thinking about that today. When it seems like here, like before, when I would message people, I would message them the same message to every single person. And I realized that instead of doing that, I need to make it more personable to them. Like, if you know somebody posted and said, hey, does anybody know any like side jobs, or does anybody have a way that I can make some extra money for daycare, or put that in there. Be like, hey, I've seen you post that you were looking for something to help with daycare cost. Because in that way it shows them that you're actually seeing what they're posting instead of just asking them, do you want to join?
Absolutely. And if you're scared of directly asking someone, that's a really good point that Kelly had. Also put in there, or do you know of anybody that's looking? So that's going to be one of the scripts that we're going to post that helps you. So if you don't want to just like say, hey, will you join my team? Post it and say, or text it to someone and be like, hey, I'm really looking for people to join my team. Do you know that's anybody that's interested? And sometimes people will be like, well, I'm interested, like offer it to me. And they might almost even seem offended of it, but they've now sparked the interest and put the ball in their court. Like they're like, hey, let's do this thing. Don't forget that as you are talking to these people, make sure that they know. First, do not word vomit. You will scare them away. Scentsy is amazing. We love Scentsy, but we can get a little bit over the top. So make sure you're just decide what's most important to you. And this changes with people I'm talking to. It really depends. I cater it, like Kelly was saying, personalized to that person. I cater that conversation to who I'm talking to. So if they're looking for just something different, I put on there that says, this business can be, I will always say this business can be whatever you want it to be. That is my catchphrase for join conversations. It always will. It always will. It always is and always will be. It's just, I love that phrase. This business can be whatever you want it to be. You can work it as little or as much as you want. And you can work it as a business, you can work it as a side hobby, whatever. Just make sure people know that they can do this at whatever level they want to. They are not have to come in here and be like me. They don't have to be working it as much as I do. They don't have to be working as much as Kelly does or Megan or, whatever that may be. But as you're having those, let them answer the question or ask the questions and you answer them. And that's going to kind of funnel the conversation to how it's supposed to be. You will get ghosted. You will get people that leave you unread. It is going to happen, and that is okay. So know that going into this challenge. We are literally going for 100 no's for the rest of the month. And is actually really funny that this was the topic for tonight. And then I'm in my car on my way home and I flop on Wendy's live and she posted the document of go for 100 no's before the end of the month. And I'm like, Wendy, my girl, you always be saving me and giving me the graphic.
Did she post the actual link thing to it?
She said she was going to.
Okay.
So I'm going to go grab it. That's
actually what I wrote down is to find that in my Google Docs because I have it somewhere.
I know. And that's exactly why I thought about it.
But so when I first came across it, it was like the lady, it probably was Wendy's. I don't know. It's been freaking, I'm telling you, it's been when I first joined. But every time you get a yes, just restart. So then like, you're probably never going to get 100 no's in a row. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And speaking of your 100 no's, the other thing that I wrote down tonight was make sure you're not going for just women. I find myself only messaging women. I don't know why I do that, but I do. And I need to kick myself in the butt for that because I mean, there's men, Derek, there's men that do this. So it's like, why am I only going for women?
Absolutely. That was actually even with parties. I was one of my block party hosts for this month. She's like, well, I don't have a lot of girlfriends. I said, girl, I sell the crap out of Scentsy to guys. Like, don't be counting them out. They like their vehicles to smell good. They like their home to smell good, no matter what.
I do too.
And that is the thing is the only guaranteed no we're ever going to get is the questions that are unasked. So that's why we're just normalizing getting the real no's from the people, and that's okay because you do have to ask, and actually this was kind of unrelated but kind of related, but I was also so if you guys aren't in that fall y'all group, there's been some fire trainings posted in there. I've been trying to go through those as much as possible. One of the girls was on home parties and she will invite 50 people to her home parties. She's like, I only get about 10 to 15 people that show up. But if I would have only asked 10 people, I probably only got 1 or 2 that would have showed up. So yeah, it seems like a lot to invite 50 people in your home, but that ain't going to work out. Even if people are SVP, you're going to have half the people cancel. That's just real life. People are busy. Things come up. It happens. The good thing is we're getting kind of past the crazy summer where everybody is crazy busy. So be trying to book those home events if you can. Keep talking about those to people because, you know, we've talked about it before, but home events is where it's at. That's where you're going to get that high PRV. I'm actually involved in a party right now. And this is another thing. If someone invites you to a party, join it. I don't care if you're not interested in what they're selling, but see how that consultant runs those online parties. See if you're interested. See if it catches your attention. And so I'm in like a Pampered Chef one right now. And like I was kind of interested, whatever, but I do like to see it. And it's like it's so easy to anytime she tags me, anytime she sends me a message, which she's doing really good, like trying to get people to book parties with her. And I like the fact of how she is being consistent with that. But I'm ignoring her very easily because I'm not interested. Nothing she has done has sparked my attention. And so by watching that, and this is nothing like to slam her by any means, like I'm sure she loves what she does. It's just, it's not catching my attention, but that's teaching me, okay, what am I personally attracted to? What do I have my attention drawn to? So it's going to make me a better consultant, a better, you know, Facebook parties, because Facebook parties are hard and people are doing them like crazy. So that's why it is really important to be trying new things, spend the time into it. Yeah, this is kind of off topic of joining, but that is opening your network. So it's really not. So when you're at these home parties, have those conversations about joining face to face. You will get someone to sign up for Scentsy face to face more times than on a phone or on a computer, especially when they see, when someone talks to me about Scentsy, they're like, this chick is insane. She loves Scentsy. And they will see it on your face too, because your passion comes through anything you talk about. So when you're sitting texting to someone, we all know we've had that conversation when we don't know if someone loves us or if they hate us because of the punctuation they used or the spacing, or, you know, you don't know the context of the message. So, but when you're in person, like, and I start talking about it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love pink cotton laundry, like right now, like, because that's how I'm going to talk about it, because I think it's amazing. I think everybody needs it. I'm going to sample it out. You know, that's my personality. That's how I am. So that's why it's important to have those conversations when you are in person also, if that opportunity arises. All right, Megan, what you got for us?
You know, I didn't take no notes. I'll piggyback on them, making sure that you're offering the opportunity and personalizing it to the person. And I want to say also just sharing like what brings you joy in this business consistently and showing up consistently. I feel like because people watch and it takes time for people to be like, oh, what's she doing? Like my newest recruit, I honestly didn't even expect it. In the last day of the month, she texted me and was like, what's it take to be a consultant? And I was like, what? But she's been watching me, and she's also been bringing me orders, so she knows that, like, hey, she could be making her own money off of that. But showing up, I've just constantly showed up consistently and shared what brings me joy, and and people see that. Yeah. And I wouldn't go with a lot of party flipping, but if you have people that you want to put your flipping, if you have a lot of rewards and you can have that free join kit, like Tana is my newest, that if you've been around for a while, I blessed 3 people last year with kits that did absolutely nothing with it. And I know Tana has a fire in her, and like seeing that people have a fire, I don't mind giving that free kit like that. And I know she's going to do something with it, and we're going to do big things together. So just, yeah, staying consistent and showing up.
So I guess I should have probably started. Oh, she's in a heart. That's
I know, I've never seen anybody send a heart.
I haven't either. I don't even know how to do that. So just, you know, I'm impressed. So I guess I probably should have started with the basics, and then Kelly, I'll let you talk as well. But so just so you all know, the different ways that you can recruit someone. So since Megan brought that up, I think
Right.
this is important to know. You can do the $22. Even if you are throwing them in a party right now and they have a qualifying party, someone can still join on that $22 kit. So that is important to know. So what that will look like when they do it, they'll go to your website, they'll fill it out, they'll pick $22, they'll fill out all their information. At the top of your screen in their party, it's going to say such and such has joined since the start of the party. Would you like to flip this? Now, I always encourage you guys, if it is their party, please flip that PRV to them. I know it seems hard and scary that yes, you have put the work into it, but those are their people. You wouldn't have that PRV if it wasn't for them. So that is the considerate thing to do anytime you are hosting a party for somebody. Give them the sales from it. Let them be paid commission on it. That's always an option. You can always book a party with someone, even if they're like kind of on the fence about joining, be like, you know what, no strings attached. Let me have a party for you. If you decide at the end of it that you want to do this with me, then I will flip all that to you. Even if they say no, at the end of the party, if it's qualifying or whatever, I will still calculate the commission for them. So if you don't know, we start out at a 20% commission. If they have $1,000 party, once you get to $1,000, you're always going to get 25% commission. So know that. So it's easy math. Do that calculation and let them know, be like, hey girl, I know you said no, you weren't interested, but I do need to ask you one more time. You would make $56.30 off this party and you're already at 200. So you're active for the next 12 months. Are you sure this isn't something that you're interested in? If not, completely okay. So very simple way of showing them. Actually,
you'll have people tell you no. I had
you
a girl,
will, absolutely.
I had my last home party was an $800 party. She was gonna make, I don't know, 20% of $800, a good chunk of change. And she was like, nope, I have no interest. I'm like, okay, I
know
will give you this then.
It seems crazy. My two of my black party hosts, I thought I was gonna get at the end of last month, and they both were gonna have like $50 some in commission and already be active for the next year, and they buy consistently, and they both decided it wasn't the right time for them. So that's why it's important that we're telling you this. Like, even if it's not the right time right now, later on it might be the right time for them. So never think a no right now is a no forever. So we have the $22 join kit. There's always, every time you have a $200 party, even if it's your own party, you're going to unlock a kit at $59 or at $200, and the kit is valued $59. Anybody can get that, even if it's your own party. And that's a really simple process that, you know, is probably one of the biggest question is, how do you do a host kit? That's what that's called. So the way you do that is, once you have that party that's $200, if you're going to gift that to someone or not, it doesn't matter. They can pay it at $59. You're going to go in, you're going to change that party from the host to the person that's getting that. And then you're going to go into your cart. Now, this is a really important thing. If you are doing this and you're not gifting them the kit and they're paying for it, you want to make sure all your rewards are used up except for 1 cent. So as long as you have at least 1 penny left in that cart, you can add your host kit in there and it won't use any of your rewards. If you go to put that kit in there when you still have like your $20 rewards, it will use your $20 rewards for that kit. Now, as soon as you put that kit in the cart, it is going to automatically fire off an email to your host, a email, like an application or whatever, a join form to have them join. Once you have that little toggle switch I was telling you guys about flipping, it's going to become active. Now, if this is just a kit where someone's buying a $59 host kit, you don't want to flip that to them. I'm not telling you to give someone PRV that they didn't do anything. They're not them. They're your people. They're your people. I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words tonight. I'm sorry. Hopefully you're following along. So don't give them your PRV, only if it's their people. So you would want to keep that as no. Now, it's also important to know online PWS orders can be flipped, but they have to be done manually. And thanks to Megan, we now know you can email even on the last day, or you can put in a support ticket to have your party flipped to a person. So that's a really good tool to have.
I am still waiting for that to actually show up. I figured I'd call tomorrow just because I do want to be safe that it's done by commission date.
I had one that didn't get done till like the 8th, 7th or something. Like it was real close.
Yeah, I wanted to update my numbers for last month, and I'm like, I can't do it till this
I
is
know.
flipped.
So that is the way with the $59 kit. So you can gift it to someone free, which how you would do that is if you had a $500 party, you would use all of your, or not all of your rewards, you would use $59 of your $75 rewards that you get with the $500 party to gift that to someone. So that's what Megan did to Tana, right?
Yep.
Okay, so she gifted her that kit. Please be, like Megan was talking about, please be very choicey when you are giving that out, because Megan will tell you last year she gifted 3 and nobody did anything with it. So be selective.
I mean, and at least I wasn't out any money. Like nobody's out really any money, but I mean, you do want to see a little bit of a return.
I know, and I say that like, please, like it's a big deal. It's really not.
I mean, one of the girls actually even gave me the testers back, all the testers. And I was like, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
So I got all the testers. Some people are kidnappers. That's just all they do.
And that's okay. Like you're not out anything. You just don't want to build that reputation, I guess, to where, or not reputation. I don't know. I'm phrasing this all wrong.
And I say that more so in the beginning, I didn't have as much on hand, so you really want your free product. So like, don't go giving it away to just, you know what I mean? If you have a cousin, a friend, somebody that you know, I mean, because you want your free product right now while you're getting your hands on all the different kinds of products. Yeah.
So I guess a better way to phrase that is you were limited on the amount of kits that you can give, dependent on how many parties you're closing. So if you're going to give it to Linda Lou that is just like has showed no interest in Scentsy, doesn't really use the products, doesn't really talk about it, isn't really that interested, but was like, hey, I love free stuff, and you give her the kit. Or you have someone who's like, I want to do this, but I don't have the funds to join. That's the difference right there. So, and that's how I choose that. You just be selective on it, just so you're just not giving away product that's, that's product out of your collection that you can have to give to your customers. So, be selective on it, but it's your choice. You can gift as many kits as you want and your team will grow, but just know if you're giving them to the wrong people, they're not going to be active. They're not going to be giving you sales. Your team's not growing. You're going to become stagnant.
Oh, was it?
Okay. So we did the $59 kit. We always have a $99 join kit. If you have someone that's very serious about the business and is like from the start, I'm all in, the $99 kit is 110% the way to go. It is gold. It is everything you need to take to a home party. It's everything you need for your business to start out with. Like, it's always valued. All of our kits are valued for more the price of it. But that $99 kit is gold. Now,
I would say if you have somebody that has the money to put into it, I always recommend the $99 kit. It comes with way more business tools. It comes with more. And I joined on the $99 kit and I didn't know about the other kit. So I joined on the $99 kit, and right before Christmas, almost broke. Like, I was like, nope, I'm doing this. Like, and I feel like if you people are putting $99 into it, they're going to be more like, all right, I got to, I did, I guess.
And more skin in the game. They're more invested.
Yes, you're more invested in it. I'm like, I got more knit in the game, grit in it.
Exactly. I don't know. Well, you want to make your own money back. So that's going to be incentive for them to just hit the ground running. And you just reminded me of something else that I wanted to say. The $99 kit. It was good too.
Comes with so much more tools.
It does come with more tools. So this was something that in March, when we had the $25 special, and I had like a bunch of people join my team. I wish I would have made it clear to those teamies. I guess, like, I was just so excited people were joining my team left and right. Like, this was amazing. And this is what my hope is for you guys this month. Because I know what March did for my business. So like, I want to see that for you guys. And it just came to me asking a whole bunch of people. So that's literally where all of this stemmed from. But I wish I would have let people know, like, so you got them interested at the $22 join special and they're like ready to go. I wish I would have been like, but just so you know, like we do have these other options, because so many of my people that joined in March, they ended up buying a full set of testers, which is $34. So now they're at the price of a other join kit. So it's kind of like, it is hard to map because people don't realize, like, you guys know when you join Scentsy, you first don't know what you're getting into, but then there's just that something happens, and then you're just here and you're in for it, and you want all the things, you want to do all the things, and you want to have all the sales, and that's what happens. And then you want the testers and everything. So it's really is hard to, gauge that. But I just guess I wish I would have made them a little bit more aware of the different join options. So again, when you're having these conversations, just gauge that interest with people of what they're really what they're looking for. Okay, so I think that goes over all the joint specials. Did I forget anything?
I do want to throw on there that, like, when we had the $25 special, the smaller kits, those promotional ones, they don't usually come with a full size warmer. This warmer that comes with the $22 join special alone is a $30 warmer. It's a full size $30 warmer.
That is a huge thing to point out. If you have that warmer, which I do somewhere, I'm going to find it, take pictures of yourself with that warmer and make sure it's known, like, it's a full size warmer. Like, I'm going to take some really stupid pictures with it, and I'm going to post in the hopes of getting people to be like, oh, look how dumb she looks. But what? I can get that warmer for $22, and it's normally a $30 warmer. Plus, I get all this stuff.
Thanks for bringing that up, because I actually have a party that's sitting over here that I have to deliver tomorrow that has that warmer. It's got that warmer in it.
Yes, that's completely side note. But if you're doing local orders and you have warmers and different products, have a good night at work, Felix. Make sure you're taking pictures with those products, even if you're not keeping them, because we need to be inspecting our customers' product to make sure they're not damaged before
I did go through every one of them today because of your incident.
Yes, it happens. And shipping is what it is. So make sure you're checking all your customer stuff. Also, we label all of our products. So that's another thing to do. But if the warmer has the ability to put your sticker on the actual bottom of the warmer, not like a glass one, that's not going to work. But I would encourage that, because people throw away the boxes. So if you can actually have the product labeled itself in 5 years, when someone's like, I wonder if such and such still sells Scentsy, she can look up your website, and I know all of you still going to be selling Scentsy in 5 years. So at least your information's still on that warmer, and you get another sell. Okay.
This has nothing to do with the joint special, but it's something I thought about today with all these warmers that I'm about to get rid of. I think I want to make a sticker that says something about it's really important to make sure that you use Scentsy bulbs with your Scentsy warmer. Please come back to me. You know what I mean? Because
I love that.
These people doesn't, we've had that incident lately too, making sure our people know to use Scentsy bulbs with Scentsy warmers, or it's
that is a really good idea to put with your local orders. Yeah, and I was even thinking maybe on the bottom of my label of the products being like, need a bulb, that labeled the warmers with that. But that's another thing. If you don't know that our Scentsy warmers we have special light bulbs for our warmers. Our fragrance is paraffin wax, which is the same wax that's coated on the fruit at the grocery store. It has a low melting point, which is why our bulbs are made to melt this wax and give you the best fragrance experience possible. You should know that. That is something that should just roll off your tongue, because you are educated about our product. And it's what's going to sell it. So the first question I always ask anybody tells me, well, my scent's just really not lasting as long. Are you using a Scentsy bulb? Have you changed it lately? Because that's the thing, even though it's not burned out and they've had it for 6 months, that bulb could be getting weaker, so your fragrance isn't being released into the room as much. So side tip that you guys just got other than joining. And Kelly, you go.
Also making it around a vent too. It's gonna your air conditioning vent.
Yes,
cool your wax.
Yep.
Yay. So I only wrote a couple things down, but one of the things that I had to tell myself when I recruited people, I have to remember that they are nervous and they are scared and they don't know what they're doing, just like I was when I decided to sign up. So I have to give them patience and grace, because you're going to think sometimes these people are going to be messaging, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Why can't she do this? And it's like, I put myself in that same position because Tabitha knows. I was just horrible. I'm still horrible, but
I think that's why we became a 3, right?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I can't handle all her
I
answers.
needed her to tag in.
Tabitha's like, Megan, you're gonna have to come in here.
That's amazing.
But no, I decided, like, when I was thinking of all these things tonight, I figured that was something I needed to touch on, because we do get kind of aggravated, but then we also have to step back and say, you know what, I was her at one point. So that was one thing. And the other thing is, when you post stuff, even like in your daily life, say, Renee, you're gonna have all your kids at your house, all your grandkids, and you go to the park. Say you guys go to the park and you guys are playing at the park. When you post on Facebook, post on there and say, I love the fact that I can do this because of Scentsy. I know you don't want to do that with every single picture that you post, but occasionally that's a good way of getting it out there that you're able to do a bunch of things because you are working with Scentsy and you're at home and you don't have to have 9-to-5 job, or you know what I mean. The other thing that I wrote down was, they don't have to recruit. A lot of people that I have actually talked to me about signing up, that was one of the biggest things that they were worried about. They were worried about recruiting because they're not good at it. They don't want to do it. And they didn't want to have to buy product. That is like the 2 main things that everybody has said to me. I've actually had one girl that I've been trying to get signed up for, I don't know, the whole year that I've been a Scentsy rep. And she still to this day says, well, I just don't have money to buy product.
Like to have stuff on stock.
Yes. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. Like, I keep telling you this, you don't have to. Nobody's making you buy anything. You don't have to buy anything. But that was like one of the biggest issues, I think, with the people that are talking to me. They think that they have to buy product to sell from their house.
That's a really good point. Yeah. A lot of direct sales, they do require you to have on-hand product, and we're not required to have that. So that's a really good thing to know when you're talking to these people.
Yeah, because I when I do talk to them, you know, I say the same thing that you say. You know, you can make it what you want, you can work as much as you want or as little as you want, but I don't ever really put in there, you don't have to have product on hand.
That might be a good nugget to sprinkle.
Yeah, so those are the things I had.
Yeah, that might be a good thing that says, you know, you can work this business as little or as much as you want. We don't have to keep any stock, and only $200 a month and every 12 months. So I mean, that is a huge thing. You're right. That is something that does scare people, is how much do I have to invest in this? How long will it take me to make my money back? You know, with such a small investment of $22, that doesn't take anything.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're getting a full-time former.
Also, with the change of the website costs, we need to remember it's 15 and not 10.
Yes.
Because I told somebody the other day it was 10.
Yeah, I definitely missed that too.
Yes. PWS subscriptions are now $15 a month, everyone.
I definitely missed that one.
I never got anything. Seriously.
It was when the shipping notification came out.
Yes.
So did it just start on this first?
This is the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. I joined on the 23rd, so mine just came out the 23rd for 10, and then I did.
Okay, see, mine came out on the 4th. So that makes sense.
And I was also gonna throw something else in there that I remembered. Okay, so Tabitha has been telling me, and I listened to her. She's very smart. I do have team members. So I made a group chat with my team members, and I've been posting in that team chat. Well, they usually don't respond very well to that team chat. And it's because, and Tabitha's talked to me, some people don't like to respond to group messages because they don't want to sound silly or
Right.
that they don't know the answers. So if you do get team members, make sure you're messaging them one-on-one. So then they can ask you the questions they want without having to feel put on the spot in front of other people.
Yeah. And that's the way I am. I don't feel confident enough in what I'm going to say most of the time to put it out there into a group message. So that's why I told her, you know, that's probably why she's not getting a lot of reaction, is people feel threatened. People don't want to be put on blast and, you know, have a conversation. And that's why that's another reason I really want to live stream these Zooms to Facebook, is so people can watch us without actually being here to see what it's like, because I do want this audience to grow. I do want everybody to feel this is a place for them to come to learn, to ask your questions, you know, to grow your business, to better yourself. Because I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. This is a self-development company that is hidden by fragrance. And it's so true. And time again, it's going to keep showing that. And that's why that's the thing to keep in mind when you are searching for those new recruits and those people. Is, for me, I do this to change people's lives. I do this to see people have a difference made in their life because of Scentsy. I'm a people pleaser. This is an outlet that I have found that allows me to change people's lives without it costing me mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, because that is a very toxic situation. And I found myself in that a lot. So being able to find something that I can give people the resources. And that brings me to another point, is this still is an independent business. These people, you all are business owners. You do have to put in the work. You as a sponsor are not required to run someone's business. They do have to put in the work if they want it to go anywhere. So don't feel like you have to give these people your heart and soul. We give them the tools because we're good leaders and we want them to succeed. But do not do everything for everyone. You will suck yourself dry. So remember that when doing that. It is, being a leader doesn't mean that you're giving up everything. Yep.
Go ahead. Sorry. I was also going to kind of piggyback off of what you just said. Mm-hmm. If you guys sign up somebody and you are finding it really hard to throw their launch party, I did the same thing. I signed up a girl, Amanda, and her launch party did really nothing. And I posted and I did everything that I was supposed to do, but don't be afraid to reach out and say, hey, Tabitha, what is something that I can do or try to make this better? Or, hey, Megan, do you think you can give me some tips on something? Because Tabitha totally saved my butt. Like, she jumped on and was like, I'll throw you a bingo party, because she knows how to do the bingo parties. I don't. And it ended up making Amanda's launch party better than what it would have been if I wouldn't have. Yeah.
It's just spicing up your parties and your people. Like, people just aren't attracted by just regular posts. Like, yeah, Rebecca, I did a bingo launch party for her, and we're still trying to get her first order, but we are not going to give up. So that's just consistency. It's going to pay off in tenfold, and we'll find it. Yeah, I'm working on something for you, Rebecca. We need to do something else online for you. Or you need to plan to do a sip and sniff with your girlfriends or something, because I know you got the people that it's just finding that sweet spot to get them to order. So
everybody that I talk to is stuck on shipping. So I was thinking to do like some type of promotion or something. If I say like maybe you spend 75 with me, or even maybe I was trying to jump it up to 100, I'll pay for the shipping. Like, you'll get free shipping. It's $12, and the more orders I can get, then I can work my way up to free shipping, and I don't have to pay for anything. But it's $12. It's not that big of a deal, but it just kind of annoys me, because it's like, especially from the people that have already bought Scentsy before, so they already know what it is, and I feel like they're trying to get over because they know I'm new. So, but that's what made me want to think about a different option.
Okay.
So if you have a lot of locals wanting to order, like if you have 5 locals wanting to order, you can charge them each $2 shipping, and that's a lot better than $10 per person. That's what I've been charging everybody $1 to $2 shipping since it's changed. Because it equivalents out. If I have to pay $2, I pay $2, but.
So how you would do that is instead of doing it from your PWS, you would actually do that through your workstation and you would enter those orders in individually. And once you add those people to your cart in your workstation, you can go to hit calculate tax and shipping and it will break the shipping down for you. So you know how much each individual is going to be charged shipping.
Okay. I will probably message you when that time comes and walk me through that.
Yeah, I'll definitely help you. But what I would do, honestly, if you're really having that issue that people are balking on that shipping charge, is be like, okay, September 15th, I'm putting in a bulk order and just start advertising the crap out of that. And now we cannot say free shipping that is out of compliance unless you're on one-on-one communication. You can't post free shipping, but you can say help me save you shipping.
Discounted shipping.
On shipping. What was that, Megan?
Or discounted shipping.
Discounted shipping, stuff like that. We just can't say the word free shipping. But I would definitely say
definitely say put a date on it.
Give people
when
time.
I first started, I was doing every 2 weeks. And now I try to do a local order every week, but every 2 weeks, I mean, put a date on it for people because then they know they've got to get their orders in to be able to bulk that shipping.
I was gonna say, kind of with that, I don't know what you think, Tabitha, but even mystery bag kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're collecting the money before you actually put in the order.
Did you try the caramel apple bundles, Rebecca?
Yeah, I tried. No, the two people that were interested in them wanted soy wax, and they were very adamant about the soy wax. So I just left that alone altogether.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's just finding different outlets of what's successful for your business. And sometimes it just takes a while to find out what it is that works for you. So there's nothing wrong with that. But you'll find out what your people like and you'll be able to progress from there. So does anybody have any questions about the join special, what we're doing? I'm going to post more details on it, but recruiting questions maybe that you have specifically. So Tana, on the caramel apple bundles, what you would do is we have all the resources. I know Megan's posted them in your team page, but you would just post those already made up by somebody else. And then you would collect the money. Yeah, okay. You would collect the money and then you would order them. So you don't ever have to buy product to make up the bundles yourself. There's always so much resources out there to advertise. And then you sell it from that. That way you're not out any money of like, oh my gosh, I just invested in 20 bars and nobody's buying them. That way you know you have a guaranteed sale. A way we really like to do that and tell you guys how to do that is make sure you're doing things in a 6-pack. So like getting 6 people to do those bundles. So then you're buying 2 6-packs of wax. So you'll have 2 free ones you didn't pay for. And those 2 free ones are going to go help buy your plastic bags, your whatever that crinkle paper at the bottom, your tags you're putting on them. So that helps with the cost of those shipping if you're shipping to them. So sets of 6 is always the best way to do that. So you can bundle and save and make sure you guys are.
I just made mine today.
Oh, look at it.
Yeah, I'm making those right
Absolutely.
now. You are?
Yeah, anything is shared, you can absolutely use. That's why people do share them is because you don't have to recreate the wheel. And that's the amazing thing. If you're familiar with Canva, make sure you're in the Canva Boss Babes groups. That's going to have so much graphics that it is just pull and plug and then go. It's going to save you so much time. I still need to make a list of all the websites that I want to send out to my new team.
Don't ask Hannah if she's messed around with Canva.
She already been there.
So can I say something about these Apple things real quick?
Of course.
So I was actually surprised because I don't really like to be that person that does the challenges or do the things like that.
You're a
But
rebel.
I was like, you know what? Because first of all, caramel apple craze is like one of my favorite scents. So I was like, I'm gonna do this one. And one of my coworkers who has yet to buy from me, and shout out to Renee, because I copy and pasted her wording and used it in my VIP group. And I got 4 orders. And I don't normally do things like that. And I was like genuinely shocked. Now, one of the girls, I'm pretty sure, isn't actually going to follow through with the order because she's been telling me for like months and months that she's going to order for me. But I ordered one anyway because I was like, I genuinely like the smell for myself. So it is what it is. But I was super pumped to get one of my coworkers to buy who hadn't bought from me yet because I didn't even know she was paying attention.
Exactly. Right. And that's a point right there is some people aren't going to want to pay shipping. Some people aren't want to go online and shop. Some people love having things that are packaged up that are so easy. They don't have to do anything. Like they will buy a cute packaged thing every time they see it. Some people love mystery bags. Some people love like the whiff box. Keep trying these different little nuggets until you find what people like and mix it up. Just because something doesn't work right now doesn't mean in the future it's not going to work. So don't ever overwhelm yourself by trying to do all the things at once. Try them. If it doesn't work, put it up on your little invisible shelf. Elizabeth. Try something else. Later, pull that down from your shelf and try it again. And then just keep doing that and repeating that behavior because consistency is what it is. And one of the other trainings in that Fall Y'all group I was listening to, she was talking about how, and I guess this came from Melissa Gratz, so it doesn't surprise me why I love this. But she was talking about, if you went to your favorite restaurant and you loved it and you went there all the time, and then they shut down, you were heartbroken. So you found a new restaurant to go to. And you start going there and your favorite restaurant opened back up and you're like, okay, I'm going to go try them out again. And then they close their doors again. So now you have to go back to your other place and then they open back up again and they close back down again. Guess what? You now have no dependability. Yeah, it's your favorite restaurant, but it just ticks you off that they keep closing their business. That's the same thing with us guys. If we're not posting in our VIP groups and the consistency, people don't, if they have to ask you, are you still a Scentsy consultant? Like we're letting
that
people down.
That was like a great analogy. I was like,
right? Like I heard that today. I was changing my wax and I was like, girl, that was awesome. I was like, I love that because it's perfect. We have to be consistent. We have to show up for our business or our people won't show up for us. So it doesn't matter if we're trying different things as long as we keep showing up.
I can't tell you how many people at my events are like, oh, I had this person and then they stopped doing it. And I had this person and they stopped doing it. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the most consistent person ever because posting online, I'm not consistent about at all. It's a big goal of mine, but I'm not there yet. But going to events and doing events is my bread and butter. And that is where because I just do best when I talk to people. I do best when I interact with people one-on-one. And the other thing too is I think like I've literally had people at events tell me, oh, if you don't have this, that's okay. We'll just go to the next event and see if the next Scentsy person has it. Like they're not actually loyal to a certain rep or anything. They genuinely want to see it in their hands, touch it, smell it, leave with it right then and there. So I know that that's hard because, we don't have to have stock on hand, but at my events, that's what I'm finding is there are people who are event junkies and just go to these events and look for specific things at these events. So I try to like keep in contact with those people, but some of them just genuinely don't want that way of working.
And that is a different thing when you do start like working events and taking that route, having stock on hand. Yes, because that's the way Tessa chooses to run her business. She doesn't do parties. You can, sorry, I was answering that question over there, even though Megan just answered it. You can. Yes, you can.
Sharing community.
Yes, we're a sharing community. That's what everybody shares, and that's what's so amazing about this business. But events, you do have to have stuff on hand because it does help with that. And there might be people that aren't looking for people, or they're not looking, they're the people that aren't looking for a commitment in their relationship. It just happens sometimes. But that doesn't mean that Tessa's gonna stop. It doesn't mean that she's not going to, never contact them again. She'll be consistent with them. She'll show them that she loves them and that can spoil them, because that is what sets us apart. There are a lot of consultants in the world, but there's not a lot that take this seriously, that work it like a business, that care about the people. If you care and you show that to your people, they're going to stay, and your business is going to show from it.
That is one of the things that's this month, actually, to tell you the truth. And I'm just going to say this. I don't usually have a lot of stuff on hand. Usually the stuff that I do have on hand is all of like my rewards and stuff like that I end up getting. But this past month, I don't know if it has to do with the shipping cost, but I sold over $200 in stuff from my house.
That's amazing.
So I don't know if okay, so I sat back and I thought about it a minute, and I said, is this like my new pivot?
Yeah, it might be.
Or is it not? Because my online parties aren't going very well. They're not doing very great. So I'm like, so is this like the new thing that I need to start focusing on more, because obviously it's working? But then I would hate but then I get in my head and I'm like, well, I hate to go and buy a bunch of stuff and then it not be.
So you just have to figure out, okay, maybe invest that $200 that you just sold from in stock, that's product, and replace it with other things. That don't go crazy over, or maybe only do 100 of it, whatever. And if that's the case, do it to where you're not in over your head. It's stuff that you can still move. But if it is the shipping cost, and you might not have people that want to order online, and that's okay. But if you have people that are still going to order from you from your home, like, do it. Like, do what works. Don't
I literally
fix something that's not broken.
I will bring my cooler of wax bars somewhere, and I'll just straight up put it in front of somebody and be like, want to smell my wax? And 9 times out of 10, they do.
Oh yeah. People love to smell things, for sure. If you're going to a sporting event, make sure you have your testers with you, because that is what people are there to see. Okay, I'm going to shut off the recording.